leave it to me to work at SNL when they didn't like music. Now there is music in every sketch. Every host has an opening number. There's that a new pop song video in every. There's so much music. People really embraced it. But I worked there where it was so poo-pooed upon. And when we came up with the Sweeney Sisters, anytime a new Sweeney Sisters sketch came up, I could see those Ivy League guys rolling their eyes. Oh, God. Not another one of those Sweeney Sisters sketches. And thank God those girls knocked on my door, because I was intimidating by those guys. They were very intimidating. And although I have a whole life that I've written about where I have such chutzpah that I really have no trouble fighting for myself and raising my hand and wanting to do something and getting to do it. But those guys just were impenetrable.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Sweeney Sisters. How did that come about? They came to you?
There was a married couple up there, the Turners, and they had worked with Jan Hooks, I believe, in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And I believe Bonnie, the wife of that married couple, had actually done an act with Jan that was like the Sweeney Sisters. And so they thought, hey, let's do this on the show. And they said, well, Nora will take the place of Bonnie that Bonnie used to do when they did this in some comedy, club down in Atlanta. And lo and behold, they knocked on my music. I had a little office smaller than this little room I'm in right now. And they said, hey, we have this idea for these two lounge singing non sequitur medley girls who think they're more talented maybe than they are. Would you be interested? Can you help us? And I was like, can I? I say in the book, I would have run to the piano if my room wasn't so small that I was already seated at the piano. But it was like, finally, like, oh, yes, 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 yes. And the first medley we did is just total non sequiturs. There's no theme to them. They're on a cable TV show, and it's just on a blank black box stage. But enough people seem to have liked it. And then we all got together again a few weeks later. And from that point on, wherever they were playing became the thematic foundation for the medley. Mm-hmm. So like when they're at a ski resort and Paul Simon comes to see them. So then it became an endless. I'll never forget Jan Hooks screaming "Bridge Over Troubled Water" into Paul Simon's face.
We were just talking about that. Between that and the William Shatner one are the two favorite. But I love Jan Hooks just screaming "Bridge Over Troubled
Water." Yes, I remember.
Oh, it's so good. Well, one thing, Mark, I'm gonna say you got wrong in your book is you talk about people don't know these characters and that they're really only fans of gay men and the women who love them. Yeah. Not true, sir. Saturday Night Live fans love the Sweeney Sisters, so don't sell yourself short.
I mostly just say that because they don't rerun them, and they're not on YouTube. Like they get ripped. Maybe things are changing. Luckily, the best one is on YouTube. That's the one with William Shatner, the Bell medley. That is, I think, was the best. I don't think I wrote it in the book. Maybe I did. That William Shatner show, which is so iconic. The sketches. The Star Trek sketch, and the fact that I had two things on that show. The opening that I wrote lyrics with Al Franken for new lyrics to the Ballad of the Green Beret about Oliver North. But William Shatner did a T.J. Hooker sketch where he was hanging onto a car in a comical way that no human could possibly hang onto the car. But they had the wind machine. It was in such a position that his toupee was flipping up, and I happened to be hanging around the studio, and I happened to be in the corner where I ran into the control room to say, "Nick's on that camera, get that camera away." Yeah, it was so funny. Bloop, bloop,
oh no!
These are my SNL memories. That's a big one. That show. Anyway, just talking to you guys is making me remember all this stuff.
Oh my God.
Good.
And if you really scramble and Google, you'll find the Emmy Awards when Lauren produced the Emmy Awards in between those two seasons I worked. And we opened the
Emmys, right?
Yes. And as I quote Paul Schaefer, "Oh yeah, you girls like to work long." The Emmy Awards, it's too long. It was always too long. These medleys just went on a good minute too long, as did the Emmy Awards. But at the Emmy Awards, we got to perform the Mary Tyler Moore theme to Mary Tyler Moore, who couldn't have been more receptive. She's just beaming as the girls are singing to her. And when she came on that next season at the Monday night meeting, she was like, I'll do whatever you guys want. The only thing I insist on is to be in a Sweeney Sisters medley. Now, meanwhile, I grew up in the 70s. I mean, you know, I'm the same year as the end of the same age, the end of a year. So in 1972, I was 12, and 73, I was 30. So the Mary Tyler Moore Show, that's like part of my molecular structure. And to work with her and for her to demand to be part of the sketch. Oh, it was a thrill, an absolute thrill.
That's wonderful.
One last question about the Emmys again. Do you remember how that came about? Did Lauren ask for Sweeney Sisters to open it up, or was it kind of a natural? Oh, yeah.
Yes. So Lauren knew. I mean, we were recurring characters, and even though those Ivy Leaguers didn't care for it, Lauren knew. You know, I mean, at that point, isn't that weird how that really no longer exists? The striving for recurring characters, which was such a huge part of at least the first 40 years of SNL. So there, you know, so Lauren kind of knew, well, I guess these things always start with a musical number. It made sense for it to be the Sweeney Sisters. Yeah, it was a thrill. And the people in the audience are so unhappy. What has Nora done to say to Jack Lemmon? Jack Lemmon, hats off to a marvelous career. And you can see, like, you know, B. Arthur or Ed Asner, they're like, what the hell is this? As the girls are moving their way through the aisle. But Mary Tyler Moore, thank God, God bless her, she was radiant and enjoying it.
Oh, that's awesome.
You guys are too young probably to remember the Magilla Gorilla cartoon. That was part of my youth.
Doesn't Nora sing that? One of them sings it in that medley.
It usually goes, we've got a gorilla for sale, a Magilla gorilla for sale. But Jan, in her brilliance, did it as a Barbra Streisand ballad. We've got a gorilla for sale. And in the end, gorilla for sale. Jan Hooks. I mean, there was no one more brilliant than Jan Hooks.
Can we talk about her? I mean,
Please.
She is absolutely amazing. What was your relationship with her like, and what was it like working with her?
I did bond with her. I mean, she has that same personality of me, of like, when is the other shoe gonna drop? And like, oh, nobody likes me. I mean, in my case up there, it really did seem to be true for a few months. It's not that they didn't like me, but they didn't like what I do. I don't know. And she kind of was a moper, I guess is the easiest way to put it. She would mope and I would mope. So we would mope together. And thank God that we had this success up there with the Sweeney Sisters, that we had that together and always had that together. I mean, no matter what. I mean, she was just so good. Anything they gave her, anything she came up with. But she was always unhappy. I mean, she sort of defined that kind of cliche of the comedy person, you know, laughing on the outside, crying on the inside, as opposed to someone like Martin Short, who is laughing on the inside and the outside. He is the exception to that rule.
Brad, why do you do this? Do you do this to hurt us?